A little late, but better late than never. We are a little late with this week's update from Criterion because my Amazon package was late again this week. But with that being said, let's jump into this week's Criterion pickups. First up, we have the 4K of Winchester 73, starring James Stewart. And that's the new release for this week. That is the only new release this week. There was no other new releases this week. The rest of the films I picked up from Criterion are all older films. They kind of fill the backlog to complete my journey, or on my journey of becoming Criterion complete. Next film we have Alma Brasca. Then we got the Beals of Grey Gardens. La France Nue. La Combe Lucan, Bergman Island, the Browning version, La Nettie Barchi, and Fanny and Alexander, the box set. Winchester 73. This is a Western that I am so stoked and looking forward to watching. I never really, growing up, I didn't watch a whole lot. I watched a good amount of Westerns, but I wasn't a big fan of Westerns. My dad absolutely loved Westerns, so I kind of always had to watch them just because he was always watching them. But I wasn't a true fan of Westerns until I got a little bit older, and then really kind of explored and kind of learned the importance or the impact, if you will, of Westerns on American cinema. So I am super stoked to check this one out. This is like a mid-career change for James Stewart when he gets into more edgier roles. Super stoked to check this one out, though. Next up is Alma Brasca. This is a story about a Mexican farm worker who crosses the border every day to California to work to send money back to his family. Uncompromising story from American independent filmmaker Robert Young. The next one, The Beals of Grey Gardens. This is actually a sequel to the 1976 cinematic classic Grey Gardens. And this one kind of goes as a tribute to those film lovers who've seen the original Grey Gardens, which I never seen Grey Gardens. I didn't even know this was a sequel to a film. I just know it was part of the Criterion Collection and one I did not have. Next up we have La France Nue. This is a French film from a filmmaker who kind of takes more realism to it, grounded films, and it's about a kid who is bounced around from foster home to foster home, and how his struggles of just dealing with foster parents and his bond with his surrogate parents and the issues of, astonishing sobriety and other issues of that nature, and kind of how he faces that. Again, this is another blind buy. Not too sure or too familiar with Pellet's work. Definitely looking to check that one out, though. The next film up is the Browning version. Again, another blind buy. The film is about a school teacher or headmaster who pretty much is at a loss in life, and he kind of finds a new resurgence of willingness to live through the kindness of a student and kind of the alternating of their interactions. Again, not too much. I don't really know too much about that one. It did, however, though, win Best Actor and Best Screenplay at the Cannes Film Festival. And that they say it's a great look at British realism. That's a subgenre, if you will, I haven't really dived deep into, but definitely looking forward to checking that one out. Next film up is Li Naci Blanche. Pretty much, this is an Italian film based on a novel, White Knights, which kind of is a story about two lost souls who find solace in each other's company, so to speak. Definitely looking forward to checking this out. That kind of story is right up my alley. I love those kind of stories. I cannot wait to check this one out. Definitely look forward to checking that one out. And the last film I bought this week is Fanny and Alexander, which is actually a box set from Ingmar Bergman. And I actually already owned, I think it's the theatrical version. I got this box set, though, that comes with the theatrical version, the television version, and the making of the film. So definitely looking forward to checking those out. The fact that you have 2 different versions. I mean, I wish they would have put it on one disc or one box set instead of making it 4 numbers taken up in the Criterion Collection. So I had to repurchase this one, like I said. I already have, I think, the theatrical version. Now I have the TV version along with the making of, which I'm definitely excited to check the making of it out because I love watching documentaries based on how the films are made and kind of behind the scenes. Something I've always really loved. And that's one of the great things about physical media that kind of you lose in streaming is you don't get those behind the scenes and those making of videos, which I think really kind of put an extra layer to the film, especially in certain films when they're more personal stories. So that brings us to the end of this week's haul. As always, thanks for watching, and check us out wherever you get your podcast at Criterion Corner Podcast, where each week we dive into a different film from that Criterion Collection. And like I mentioned in my last episode or update, the first Tuesday every month we will be doing an in-depth video talking about the new films that are coming out from Criterion that month. And the last Friday of every month we're going to release a director episode where we talk about a director whose work is honored in the Criterion Collection and pretty much talk about the films from the collection and films that aren't in the collection and pretty much their impact on cinema and their career.